Hello and welcome to this week's episode of Chasing the Whimsy. We have Liam.
Back with Liam, yeah.
And we have Dave. And then Liam talked his mom into coming on. Hi, Katie.
Hello.
This is exciting.
Okay, so is this a part 2 or is this another kind of the same thing but different?
We're going to go part 2 with the family.
With the OK.
With the OK's families. The other side of the family. I was going to say the name of the family, but he already did it and she already yelled at him for it.
So, you guys will never know.
The David Katie family.
Larry David.
So, the last episode, did you like it, Liam?
Yeah. I mean, half the time I was helping Brayden do his little thing.
Yeah. David, did you like it?
Oh, yeah, it's great.
And then Katie, you listened to the whole thing. How'd you like it?
I did. It was good.
Is it fun to kind of see? Because you know we've been podcasting now for like 16 episodes. So you've listened to them, and now you get to actually see it.
I really expected like a room with like padding and like it's almost there.
We're doing it in the middle of my living room, big old table. Nobody can walk anywhere.
But I will say, when you're listening, I mean,
that sounds good.
Yeah.
As soon as we get some of that, as soon as we start monetizing and get some of that sweet coin, some of those.
Okay, you know what? We'll go on to the topic now.
No way, man. We're just chit chatting. We're hanging out. You got to talk about Katie for a little bit. So, how are you?
No, that's a whole different episode.
No,
yes, it is.
People need to know who she is.
I'm mom to Liam and Brayden, yes, but co-host, co-boss of the podcast. I'm mom
of Liam and
Brayden.
Yay! I had a really fun conversation with Brayden earlier. Good kid. A little shy in a minute.
But you get him talking about what he wants to talk
it's
about?
crazy. Like, when I'm podcasting, like, if you ever listen to the episodes with, like, JJ and like, Liam and stuff, it's like, off mic, be like, Liam, go talk to that person. He's like, no, I don't want to. But you get them on a mic, and then all they want to do is talk. I love it. So, I had a couple topics. We got your mom now.
So, what is this, 3 generations?
3 generations. 2 X's, a Y, and a Z. That's crazy. All right. First part of this conversation, being a parent. I think we mentioned early in an episode, like the reason I wanted David on was I would have someone to talk, like, what is it like to be a dad?
That's the first question you asked. What's it like being a dad?
Yeah. It was just like, so, David, when did you meet Liam? When did you guys...
Liam was 6.
2015.
No, he was 5.
Was he 5? Oh, he was 5.
Remember, I had my 6th birthday with you.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, you're right. Pirate birthday. That was a good time. I still have the hat.
So were you ready? You meet Katie, you know he has Liam. Were you ready to have a 5-year-old?
Apparently not. And the first time he came over and I brought out my video game collection and I frightened him. So no, I was. I was more than ready in regards to what I wanted out of life.
All
yeah.
right.
I was, kind of, it wasn't planned out. I wasn't like, let me meet this beautiful woman with a kid.
Right.
You know what I mean? But it worked out that way. And even meeting Liam wasn't intentional. I wasn't supposed to meet him as soon as I did. She was very protective, which is what I liked about her. One of the many things I liked about her, she was protective about me meeting him. And I was just walking her to her friend's door, and Liam was supposed to be sleeping, and he wasn't. And when she answered the door, there he was. So I met him sooner than I thought I would. And, he fell in love right away. So how could he not? How could he not?
And then the first time that I let you babysit Liam.
Yeah, that he cut the hula hoop off of the
No.
No, Liam wasn't feeling well, and I had to go to work.
Oh, yeah. No, but
I had to go somewhere.
And we broke the shopping cart, and you gave me pills.
Well, I
not like that.
She told me he needed Advil, and I was not ready to be a parent, apparently, because I didn't know that there was Advil in liquid form.
Right. Well,
I'm trying to just...
Oh, you're crushing it up?
No, I just tried to give him the pill, and he wouldn't take it. And I
started, choking.
Stuffing it down his throat. I'm like, take this. No, that's not how it happened. But I did try to give it to him, and it was traumatic.
Oh, that's super interesting because there's no book.
Yeah.
And then you come in, and you're just like, I just wanted to...
Late in the game, I came in hot.
Didn't we broke a shopping cart too, right? Not
yeah,
like a
but
real
that wasn't when we were babysitting. That was just us goofing around, and I put him in the plastic shopping cart. But that was when we had the famous No Dogs Allowed little tent we made in the living room. Remember that? with the sign, "No dogs allowed." We made a little tent in the corner of the living room, and
And then Brayden is 100% yours.
as far as I know, he looks like me. So and I don't really have any family in male family in the area. So yeah, it's all mine. It's all mine.
So Liam kind of helped you prepare for a baby.
Yeah,
because you didn't have the
Liam
baby
was my rough
experience.
draft.
Okay.
What was the difference between a 5-year-old and then realizing like, oh, I have a baby now, and then you're like, oh man, these things are
It was
tiny.
a lot of work, and meeting Braden was very different than meeting Liam.
Right.
You know, Braden was
Stand to reason.
was like in a hospital, you
Right.
know, and it was definitely a different experience.
What was your first moment where you actually got to play like Liam did something, and you're like, because like
When I cut my hair.
like when you first met him, you're like mom's boyfriend, and then
Yeah, I don't have any authority.
Right. So
Yeah.
when did you like? What was the first time you like
When I
put
cut
in some into your?
when I
We'll
cut my,
let you know it hasn't happened yet.
No, I haven't. Come on.
When I cut my hair.
But yeah, there was. I don't really know exactly the first, but there was a time when I picked him up from school and I looked at him like, is his hair just messy? Like, what's going on? And it, you know, there was multiple spots, and I'm like, maybe his hair's just messy. And he gets in the
Oh my
car,
God.
and
I vaguely remember
Yeah,
that. Like
and
in
he-
school, Liam, tell us what happened. What were you doing?
So I remember exactly what I said. I was in school and I decided to just grab scissors and cut my hair during class. And then
That's like some serial killer
it
stuff,
was an
dude.
uneven job. The job was uneven.
and then he was talking to me and he was like,
So he gets the phone call that you need to come get your kid.
No, I picked him up from school,
Oh,
and he got in the car, and I thought his hair was just messed up. And then I'm like, oh my God.
my excuse was that I was laying my head on a bench and I think some kid snuck up behind
No,
me.
he said some girl, like he didn't even admit that it was him that did it. He said like a girl cut it or something, and then we got home and we tried to fix it.
Made it
And
worse.
it slowly, like we, cut a little, and then we tried to fix it. And Katie kind of had it okay, and then
Just ended up busting.
I came, and then it ended up just being all gone.
Well, you know what the problem was with that whole day too is that was actually the day my dad had surgery. So he calls me. So I'm at the hospital with my mom, waiting for my dad to get out of surgery. And he's like, I think Liam did something to his hair. And I was like, he did what? I mean, however many years later, now he's got that hair. So it doesn't matter. But yeah.
I love it though. You like it?
Cutting it soon though.
Depends on what coach says.
Yeah.
Mohawk.
Anyway,
Oh.
so that was rough because I was like, I have no idea. Then we get home, and the poor kid, he ended up with a buzz cut.
It was funny because he came over one weekend and he's like, first thing he says, Mom says you have to get my haircut. And then you text me like 10 minutes later, Liam needs a haircut. So I'm like, all right. So we go. I'm like, Liam, what does your mom normally do? And he goes, so we go to the haircutting place, and then he sits down, and then he was just like, 2. And I was like, because he used to have like that little like semi-bowl cut, but like that fade.
Thanks, Mom.
So it would be like a
You were
3-2 or like a 4-2. And then he's just like 2. So he's getting his hair cut, and it's just all one length at a 2. And Liam's like, I like it. And I'm like, oh, your mom's going to kill me. Your mom's definitely like, this is why your mom doesn't like me and that you can't come over anymore. He's so funny because he can't tell a story about anything else. But when I need him to tell me a story about something, he's just like, no. So he's asked me in trouble to give a good story. He's eating.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Sorry.
So you enjoy being a dad?
Yeah, I love it. I would say the best example of being a dad is to have a nice, the TV you've always dreamed of, but not being able to watch it. That's like being a dad. Sort of. I get to watch it on Sundays, though.
Or not having your room.
Yeah, whatever. Yeah, it's all good. When being a dad is about putting others before you. And I would say that I probably struggled with that at times. But I'm there. I'm there now. I got a best dad hat.
Where the hell's my hat?
Oh.
So Katie has always been more of the disciplinary one.
Yes.
I support everything she does, by the way. She calls me, and for whatever reason, it's like, don't tell dad. And it's like, why not tell dad? I'm like,
He says you lecture him too much.
yeah, he hates that. And now we do the thing where we're like, you have to talk to me or What happens if you don't talk to me, Liam? He's
Right.
still eating.
The grandmas.
Yep. I make him talk to the grandmas. He hates doing that. And it's so funny because it's like, Liam is always like, Mom's always hard on me. I'm like, she is the best person in your life. Like, she's like way more supportive and patient than I am. And like, for whatever reason, you're just like, Mom's mean to me. I'm like, she's not mean to you. So it's always funny to kind of see how it's like, you're always the bad guy somehow, and I don't understand it. But thank you for being like you, because you do take care of him a lot.
I have reminded him that, there is nobody on the planet that cares more about him and does more for him than his mother. But he gives her the hardest time. So, I kind of think probably there's some psychologist that'll say that that's just how it goes.
And he's just 13.
Yeah.
I mean,
He's prepubescent. He's in the middle of it. You can hear it in his voice. I'm sure when you guys are listening, you hear it cracking.
because I'd be curious to get my mom on and being like, what was I like as a kid? Because I know, like, we don't always see eye to eye or whatever. And it's like, I see it from one side, but it's so long ago. Like, I probably was, I don't know. Nikki made comments like I was mean to her, but I was like all over the place. So who knows? Like,
I was a bad kid too. My mom would say I wasn't, but yeah, I really was.
Well, Liam's not a bad kid.
Well, I don't mean a bad kid.
But-
I just was,
No, you're talking about yourself.
No, I know, but I mean,
But Liam, kids are different now too than,
it is way different
Than
than when we were
kids.
growing up, for sure.
you end up in court if you do it, can't
Yeah.
smack a kid with a belt,
That's true.
Like, I remember one of my first times, like, almost like not disciplined, but he was 2 or 3 one morning, and I'm sleeping. Katie's like, what do you want to eat? And he's like, Fruit Loops. And she makes him a bowl. And then he sits down, and then he's like, nope, I want Lucky Charms now. I was like, oh, man. So I had to get up out of his sleep. And I'm like, what are you doing? Like, she asked you what you wanted. She made it. She brought it over. And then all of a sudden, he just changes his mind. I'm like, no, you don't do that.
So what I'm told is that maybe that's the reason that Liam does those things sometimes, is because Mom here always does it. Like, for example, when Liam says, I need my permission slip signed. Okay, sign the permission slip, right? I say to Liam, you need to come back in here and grab the permission slip from the counter because, you're going to forget it. And then I'm not taking it to school. Can anybody guess what happened the next day? Why don't you tell them, Liam? What happened?
I'm enjoying my food. You go ahead.
Did you take his wrestling clothes to school for him when he forgot it a couple weeks ago?
So I brought the permission slip to school the next day. That's the end of that. But yes, I did. I did also do that for him when he forgot his sneakers. He said, Mom, I need them because I love the kid and I want him to be successful. So it's like a constant balance between, helping him learn responsibility and not letting him fail, because I don't want to see him fail.
And you're always calling and, like, what do you think about this? And then, so thank you for, keeping me in the loop and stuff. But, he does does his thing. I hate to keep saying it's because he's 13, but I think that's probably the main contributor to the way that, he is right now, is because that's what you do when you're 13 is, because Liam and I talk about it, and it's like last weekend, I was like, he's on his phone and he's watching Instagram or YouTube, and he just scroll. All he wants is these 30-second videos. But then I was like, oh man, one of the biggest shows in the late 80s, early 90s was America's Funniest Videos, which was literally clips that he's basically doing now. So it's funny when we rag on kids because all they want to do is watch these short clips. But I'm like, we did the same thing, but because it was disguised as a television show, we're like, oh, it's okay. So it's kind of fun, with this whole podcast experience of trying to comparing what we grew up as and what he has, and that literally there's so much more in common, but yet we really try to there's no reason to butt heads, and it's kind of weird. It's an interesting just dynamic, just having a kid.
My mom always reminds me because she'll say, because I'll be like, he's in his room again. Don't see him. He only comes out when he wants dinner or whatever. Right. Or he expects me to deliver it to him in his room. But then I think back to when I was a kid. And though I wasn't like scrolling on whatever, I was always in my room doing my own thing, you know? And so I try to remember that. But
you know, one of the things I would say about being a parent is not to be corny, but it's like one of the greatest things you can ever do in life. Like when Liam achieves, I'm kind of a softie, but when he wins his matches, I almost many times where he's gotten big hits in baseball, almost start crying and stuff. Yeah.
I just thought the gym was just dusty, man. I'm like, oh man, it's really dusty over there. And he's just like, no, it's dusty. It's like, it is cool to watch.
That's awesome. Yeah,
kids succeed in stuff.
Go ahead.
No, like with the podcast thing, it's kind of like the whole thing where it's just like so frustrating most of the day, and then again with the podcasting thing, he just comes alive and he does this thing, and it's fun to kind of see him engaged in that way.
When you step back though and think about it, he's a wonderful kid. Without
guys,
he's a struggle. But anyway, what I was going to say. You know, sometimes you get people that don't have children that'll, you know, how great life is to not have kids and things like that. And I honestly think that they're missing out. I think they're missing out.
So we've been talking about...
Liam's like, I'm done. Moving on. Okay.
So we've been talking about being like a kid a lot, right?
Okay.
Don't you have a game for that?
Nice segue.
I was like, that was great.
Smooth.
I'm so done with you guys talking about me.
I think Liam's the coolest kid in the world. He's so good with like, oh no, back to the parenting thing. You can walk away. We can just keep it the three parents here. He is crazy about Sophie. So she's 13, so there's the 10-year difference. What was it like with Liam when Brayden was first born? Because they're much closer together in age. Like,
well, I would say that there's still an big age thing. In my experience, my best friends both have girls. Liam likes the little girls. Liam,
not
definitely.
Like, yeah.
Oh yeah, that's creepy. That's not what I meant. I mean, like, I think because obviously they live together, they butt heads a lot. But when he was like little, they definitely, I mean, Liam was very helpful to us.
Oh, good.
And even though he was little, and I bet he helps more now because he's a lot older, more self-sufficient. But it was really cute. And Brayden just adores Liam. Everything
he really does everything. I see him at the baseball games.
Mm-hmm.
He's just like, every time Liam comes by, or he's just like, he's all over him. Kind of like how Sophie is with you. Like,
hey, brother.
It's important to remember because even though you're not a parent, they still look up to you. And
well, I kind of have that like a lot because we thought about this. I think we mentioned it at the open house that I'm the oldest in this generation.
Yeah. So like me growing up, I was the oldest, and like this whole thing now is trying to get with my sisters and kind of like trying to keep the stories alive and recording them now. And like Liam was like, I'm the oldest, so he has like this weird responsibility to make sure.
With great power comes great responsibility,
right? But he's got to take care of his little sister, JJ, who's 8. Like he sets the example for all these kids right below him. Do you like that responsibility? Do you like? What do you think about it? Like,
don't really
it's 13. Care. It's a lot.
Don't really care.
You don't really care?
Not yet.
You're a liar. You're trying to be cool now.
Yeah.
I got all my parents here. I don't want to talk.
No, I mean, there's just like.
No, he literally meant he doesn't care. Like he can't be bothered. That's what he meant by that.
Well, and it's funny because he says that, but then when you see him interact with like JJ and stuff, he's so much like, and then like it gets too cool to be like, he's like, oh, I'm too cool to like care about the little kids. But when you get him alone, he's just like really interested in what they're doing and like interacting and kind of. So it's fun to just take a step back and just let him do his thing.
Mm-hmm.
And then when you point it out, he's like, no, I'm not. I don't like him. Then just kicks her in the face.
She likes to interfere a lot. When like we're playing soccer and he gets upset, we like just go let him throw his fit, and then he like she does that sometimes, and then he's done, and then he comes back out, and then he plays again, and then we're fine.
It's like a form of bullying.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Like
there's always two sides to this.
I was never real big on coddling Liam, so it was like, oh, you're upset.
Well, yeah,
you go over there.
Yeah,
I don't care.
Sophie, with Sophie, she gets upset and he's like, that's fine. Just
It's like when you're 3, you get really upset about the weirdest things, and she just breaks down. And there to comfort her, there like, hey, I'm here. It wasn't a big deal. Like I wasn't yelling at you. I just told you not to put your feet in my face. So she kind of just breaks down a little bit, and I'm like, you do you. And then when you're done, you can come over here. And then she kind of just does her thing for a second, then comes back over. So it's always interesting to see how the kids Liam needs a little. You coddle him.
So that's what I was going to say. I think that goes back to what I was saying earlier is that I coddle both of them. I really do. But yes, I do, Liam. What would you say with me taking your permission slips and stuff? So me went and sat for 6 hours at his tournament wrestling meet. You know who he sat with? His little girlfriends. These 16-year-old girls. And I'm like, why are they hanging out with him?
But when you got a game, you got to play.
I guess so. And I'm just sitting there in the corner and my back's killing me. I'm sitting on the floor of this gym. And I guess I do coddle you. I should have said, get your own pizza or whatever.
What's super crazy, and I don't know if you probably, because you were mentioning with the age thing, you just reflecting a little bit, but how fast they grow up.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my, he's 13 already. I can't even believe it.
Liam can pick me up now.
Yes, he was picking you up earlier.
He was. He full on, and I'm not light.
I guarantee I can pick all of you guys up.
Pick your dad up then.
Yeah.
So
I will.
No.
He's almost as tall as me.
Yeah, and he thinks he's going to get taller. I don't know if he's going to get too much taller.
He's going to get taller.
Not too much taller. You won't be taller than me.
He's going to get ripped. He's going to be the next Olympic champion. Well, I guess probably not the next, but somewhere down the line.
The next Stanley champion.
Who's he?
Were you listening to the last episode?
No, I'm behind.
Oh.
I told you I'm at Pika.
No.
Pika.
The episode nothing.
Puka Nakua?
Oh. So
We're never going to be invited
This
back
is
here.
going to be the first walk.
you're always invited. I don't know if you listened to the last episode. You were on the couch. We're best friends now. We're basically, I'm coming over all the time. It's so funny because Liam's like, what do you think your mom because Grandma Terry's moving back down. So she'll be close. I'm like, Liam, what if we did the open house thing? Because we had 13 people here. We had my mom, grandma, sister, Sandy, the girls, Edwin. We had a bunch of people here. And I'm like, what if we did the same thing in Queen, over there? And he's just like, no, she won't have it. I'm like, why not? And I'm like, she just want you in the house. I'm like, oh, come on.
I never said that.
No, but I think that's his defense mechanism of let's blame it on somebody else.
Oh, yeah. And it's usually mom. So
Right? So it's super, yeah. So you guys are always welcome back, by all means. I know my mom and my grandma wanted to be here, but they were both working. But, we like the open house idea. It was a lot of fun just kind of having everybody here. And we had to, we'll get the Braden and all the kids on and stuff. So it'll be fun.
Don't you have a game thing? Gosh.
Well, I was just,
They're here, so you're
Some
like, this is my...
location ideas you got. We're gonna be going down to the Fries pretty soon too.
What?
Oh.
That'll be fun. We're gonna go to the Fries
What is
and talk to customers and stuff. The supermarket.
Oh, okay.
We're gonna be on location.
Are these portable? Yeah, like a little backpack,
No, I'm
like
just.
a battery
This is
pack.
this is just something. That
We
came
know we
out of
do.
my
We
brain.
do.
I have,
Go on
oh,
location.
We should do that right now.
so.
You could
Totally
pokey
go.
go.
Yeah.
And
You're such a mom. This is why he has a problem with you. It's
Oh,
Pokey Go. It's like you coddle him and he's like, all right, I can take that. And then you're like, it's kind of like when I do a dad joke, he's like, I can't even talk to you anymore. He's like, you get out of my face, you're in timeout. And when you say that, he's just like, you're done, go away. But we do have portable recorders. We do have
Car recordings.
we have so when before we first started this, I bought a recorder, a little magnet, and we put it up on the dash. And then because it's like an hour and a half to get home, we just talk. And we haven't listened to any of them, but some of the random conversations that we have in that thing, who knows? Yeah, we'll take a recorder. We'll go to Fry's. Like, let's do it
Do
up.
some car karaoke.
Oh gosh.
Maybe we do a little.
Because
bit of
you
that,
said
too.
earlier off mic, you during the pandemic lost your mind and decided to just karaoke online.
I still continually lose my mind when it comes to that. Every once in a while, yeah. So during the pandemic, as a way to entertain those that were sheltered in place,
So
I
you
went
were doing your
live.
civic duty.
I did, and people enjoyed it initially, and then it got old. Now I think I just entertained myself, but whatever.
Like, do you have followers?
Not really. I have a small circle of people that are very loyal to my shows. My mom, basically.
Which is funny because it's the same thing with the podcast where we talk about like, because I checked some of the numbers and how many followers we have, and it's like, oh man, we got like 20 or 30 followers. I'm like, dang it, more than half of them are family, and then the other half are friends that I've been telling them
That's
about.
how it all starts,
Right?
That's how it starts.
You
I
gain
have
like one a week.
probably I've had a few triumphant performances, in my opinion. I did one dressed up as Elvis in an Elvis jumpsuit, one where I was in a 70s outfit. But my best one was a performance of Alice in Chains' Man in a Box. And the initial first couple of minutes of the song, I actually performed from inside a chest. And as I was singing, I opened the box.
Because you're a man in a box.
Yeah, it's pretty good. I honestly think it's a piece of art, and it's on the interwebs. You know what I mean? It's out there, and I actually think it's even public. But obviously, we don't know who I am. My name. I'm Frank Davis. So,
I love it. I love it. Oh, it's so much fun. All right.
It's out there. It's out there.
All right. So, yes, Liam, I did have So one of the best segments that we had was episode 2, where Liam quizzed me on current lingo and if I understood what it was, and then we gave the equivalent of the older lingo.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll call it like OK Zoomer, because Liam's a Zoomer, and it's gonna be Playground Edition because kids are like the way kids play and interact today is completely different than when we used to just go outside and just run around for hours and do nothing and just go to people's houses. You leave your bike out on the lawn and you just do your thing. Liam was like, I don't go to anybody's house. He's like, I'll just stop. Like, why go to anybody's house when I can just like text them, I guess. So Playground Edition. What do you do, Liam, at school on lunch on recess?
We don't have recess.
What do you do for lunch?
Talk to your friends about drama, I guess. So, okay, so back to 3rd grade?
Let's go whenever you had a playground at school.
Okay.
Okay.
I didn't play games, like, it was only
no
third
monkey
grade.
bars, no slides, no chase people around.
3rd grade.
6th grade.
3rd grade.
Why are you yelling?
Because it was only 3rd grade.
Only 3rd grade is the only time you ever played a game.
Yes. 3rd and 4th grade. And maybe 5th.
Okay, so what do you do for lunch now?
Maybe 6th.
Yeah.
Now?
Yeah.
What do I do now?
Yeah. What do we do for lunch now?
Get my food, eat, talk to friends, go to class.
It's a wasted childhood.
You did also play football for a while. There was a lot
In
of
3rd grade.
drama. Okay, well, use your imagination. They don't have those now.
You could just give me a little bit, knowing that we have a little segment I'm trying to get here. All right. So, Liam, we're going to theater of the mind now because clearly nothing happened after 3rd grade. You hanging out with all your friends. Internet goes down. You have to interact with your friends. Okay? You guys want to do something. You guys are going to pick a movie. Everybody has a different idea. What are some of the ways that you could pick whose movie gets picked?
Who wins in a fight?
Oh my gosh.
It's a
Okay,
very
so
aggressive
one of the
school
things
he
used to
goes
be
Because I have
Not It.
all my friends are wrestlers.
Like-
I know Not It, like a Blue Shoe.
Yes, we're playing games of who gets to pick, or like a who's it type scenario right now. So sometimes you would be
Who's it for tag? Not It.
Bert. There you go. I love it. We got there. All right. What are some of the other ways other than just screaming not it?
Blue Shoe.
What is blue shoe?
So it'd be like blue shoe, who has a blue shoe?
Oh, okay, that's cool. All
I've
right.
never heard of that. Wow.
Okay, keep going.
If you have a blue shoe, you are out, and they'd keep going, and the last person who was in was it. So
Okay.
we'd all count our feet, and it'd be like blue shoe, blue shoe. Who has a blue shoe? If you have a blue shoe, you are not it.
When's the last time that? No, this is crazy. I've never heard of it. I love the fact that kids are still coming up with rhymes on how to pick who's it.
Mm-hmm.
When was the last time you played that game or heard it?
3rd grade.
He stopped going to school in 3rd grade.
As soon as I asked the question, I knew it was going to be 3rd grade. And I'm like, oh, you're an idiot for asking the question. Oh, that's so funny. All right. What other rhymes did you guys used to have?
We do this game.
Oh, no, my God. I love this. Okay, go ahead.
It's, they can't see, but it's like this, and it's like lemonade, iced tea, Coca-Cola, Pepsi. And then it'd just be like this random thing that everyone would do, and they think they're so cool.
That is the coolest thing. Like, I thought, like, childhood was wasted. And now you actually, I'm so happy that you guys kids still play weird games. Oh, that is so fun.
Yeah.
David, what was another way you could determine who is it?
You could draw straws.
Oh, rhymes. Stick with the rhyme theme.
Rhymes. Who is it? I'm going to stick. I don't know.
You have said it a minute ago.
Duck, duck, goose, I guess, was one way. Because you would say who was it with that when you sit in a circle and do that. So
yeah, but only one person was it. But you have to eliminate somebody.
Eliminate.
You said eeny, meeny,
miny, mo.
Do you know eeny, meeny, miny, mo?
Eeny, meeny, eeny, meeny, miny, mo, catch a tiger by his toe. If you holler. Something else.
Okay.
If he hollers, let him go. And then you eat.
My
mom says,
oh, yeah.
The very best one.
And
you are it.
Now, when you did these.
Yeah, right?
And Katie, do you remember one that we used to do?
Yeah, well, I kind of cheated. I saw the paper.
Yeah.
But it did take me back because we used to do bubble gum in a dish. Oh, am I supposed to let him answer the rest of it?
No.
Oh.
No, I think we're just diving down this nostalgia lane.
Bubble. I know this one.
Because everybody puts their fists in.
Oh, yes. And they'd be like,
And you tap it.
bubble. Keep going.
You mean say the whole thing?
Yes.
Bubble gum in a dish. How many pieces do you wish?
And then whoever you landed on picked a number, right?
Yeah.
And then you would count all the way across.
Yeah.
And then when whoever it landed on, you put your hand behind your back.
Mm-hmm.
And then you get a second chip around.
Mm-hmm.
So somehow it took 12 minutes to determine who was it. Recess is over, but
Rock, paper, scissors is another.
Rock, paper,
Yeah.
scissors is always a good one. Which one do you throw first, Liam? Rock, paper, scissors. You're a scissor?
Uh-huh.
All right, everybody. So next time you see him, throw a rock.
Yeah.
All right. What other ways could you determine? Because what do we do now at Grandma's or with like Nikki? Someone has to take the trash out. Nope. What do we do?
Not it. Oh, nose goes.
Nose goes.
Nose goes.
You kids play nose goes?
I love nose goes, but because it's like for wrestling, we do like, oh, you're gonna shoot first. Nose goes.
Are you familiar with nose goes?
Yeah, sure.
I'm not. Never heard of it.
No.
Are you kidding
Been
me?
a while.
Mm-mm.
I only really started using it a lot after I started working like in a call center. Like we have like whatever team meeting it was, and it was like someone has to take notes, and then you don't say it, but you just put your finger on the nose, and then the last person to put their finger on their nose has to take notes.
You got to be on your toes.
So what's funny
Life
is
on your
like
toes.
nobody knows. So when you're just looking around, you're like, why is everybody like, oh, and it's like crushing defeat.
I don't know if this is off topic or anything, but
Probably, but
how would you like? Did you guys play like sport? Yeah. Okay. You know what? How did you pick teams for like kickball? Was it the normal like everyone stands in a line? There's 2 team captains.
Oh, this is a really sad day.
you were last, weren't you?
No, not last. I just went and sat on the fence. I was like, I'm not playing. I'm
always first, second, or third.
So one of the best ways when I was a kid, when we used to play hockey, everybody would put their sticks in the middle of the rink. There'd be like a ton of people that would show up, and one person would close their eyes and grab sticks and make piles, and that's how you made the team.
Oh,
So nobody,
that's
nobody
interesting.
was offended. Sometimes you would have like a bunch
You would
of
never have
leaders
the
on
last
one
person.
team, and yeah, it's great. It was fun.
All right. Oh, see, that's nice.
Yeah, we just picked
or
sticks.
the boys versus girls.
Because we grew up where it was like,
Cutthroat.
it's you and that kid, and then you have to determine who's the bigger loser.
Sure.
Raise my hand, that was
it
me.
definitely gets stressful when you're.
Yeah, Liam did not get sports from me. That's for sure.
Devin, hell, didn't get from me.
I don't know.
His lies and his hustles he got from me.
He pointed at David.
Yeah, he got his sports from me. Doesn't have to be biological.
My charmingness is from you, Dad.
Yeah.
Oh, that makes sense.
Liam, do you know 1 potato, 2 potato?
Hot potato? You say hot
No,
potato?
1 potato, 2 potato. We're
No.
still picking. We're still playing not it. We're still picking
Okay,
teams.
no.
1. Does anybody know 1 potato?
Potato 4, 5 potato, yeah.
6 potatoes, 7 potato more.
Oh man.
But I don't really remember
Yeah,
how you get
no.
picked by that.
I don't either.
No.
I want to get more into like favorite PE games.
Oh, we're getting there.
Okay.
We're getting there. Are we
Oh,
any mini
not
money
it.
mo? Does anybody remember Ink Bink?
Oh, yes, when you said it, but I can't tell you what it is.
Same thing with the fists in. Or Liam, you can read it. I'm not gonna read that. Liam tries to troll me. He's like, "You can read it, Dad," and he knows I can't read. My dyslexia prevents me from reading out loud, so I sound like an idiot, and he does it on purpose.
He was like trying to tell me a note and it was like point, but it was point. He forgot the end.
Whatever. All right, read Ink and Bink for all the people listening.
Inky dink, a bottle of ink, the cork fell out, and you stink. That's where we. Oh,
I don't remember that.
Yeah, it was Ink and Bink, and then
not because you're dirty, not because you're clean, because you kissed a girl behind the magazine and you are it.
No, I don't remember that version.
All right, Liam. Earlier with your lemonade, you were doing the patty cake thing.
Mm-hmm. And then I have another one.
Okay, what else?
It's
What other patty cake
where
games do
you
you have?
go double this, double that, double this, double that, double this, that.
All right, so do it one more time. So it's fist.
Double this, double that,
So-
that, double this.
So you're
double.
standing with. This is beautiful for audio, by the way, everybody. I'm sorry. All right, so you are standing across from somebody, and you go fist, and then back of hand. Okay, slow. We're gonna teach everybody how to play whatever.
So ready?
Okay, ready? Fist,
Double
Fist.
this,
hand,
double,
fist,
double
backhand,
that,
Fist.
double
Oh.
this, double that,
Oh, that's a
double this, that.
When I was growing up, that was just a girl thing. I didn't see boys doing that.
Oh, sorry.
I was going to say that earlier. I was going to say, now that was my jam. And I couldn't tell you what it was, but we would do like crisscrosses and like all kind of stuff.
Oh, we also did this other thing, and it was it was like adding on to the lemonade. It was like Pikachu, and then you'd hold their cheek, and then and then you'd keep pulling, and like if you win, you get to pull their cheeks.
All right.
That sounds like bullying.
Yeah.
I mean, this isn't a kid game, but like with your hands, but we played Pogs. When I was,
Oh, I love the Pogs.
yeah.
Woo woo. 94.
Yeah. And I only wanted the pretty ones, but you know.
Let's stay on topic, guys.
I did that on the playground. That's
where-
on topic.
That's where Liam gets it, because like we were playing trading card game, and he's just like, I don't want any of these cards. I only want the expensive, pretty ones. And I was like, not a chance. And he's like, oh. And then I would like, all right, get you a couple. What other patty cake games are there?
Patty cake.
Okay, what else? You got any others?
Oh man, I can't remember.
And it was always really fun because like I always watched the girls doing it, and I always thought it was super cool because they would go so fast.
Mm-hmm.
Look, let's do the lemonade one.
I can't do the
Yes, you
lemonade.
can.
I can't.
We're gonna try because I want to do this with you.
No. Oh my god.
Ready? So it's like lemonade, iced tea. So good.
No, this feels it's so dumb because the girls used to go left hand up and then something else, and then they would
Oh, I'm
switch.
so sorry then.
No, I'm just saying.
And you had to clap in between, and then this way and this way,
Yeah.
and then, you do the backs.
It was
It was a
great.
good time.
It was.
Like TikTok dance.
I used to be on a double Dutch jump rope team.
Oh.
Did you really?
No, that's a lie.
Oh, that would have been so cool. I was like, oh, let's do that.
We'll go out in the street.
Well, we didn't have, I mean, this is what we had, right?
Right.
Because we didn't have, and even later, your age, I got a phone, but absolutely were we never allowed to have our phones like out
Yeah.
at school. Like even at lunch, like we just weren't allowed to have phones.
I had a phone in high school and it was all like super secret.
Mm-hmm.
And it was just like, keep it in my pocket. And then I was always trying to text.
Oh, it's elementary stuff, boy.
We didn't have phones. Payphone.
Pagers.
Payphone. Looking to call home.
Susan, can you go in and connect me?
It wasn't quite that bad. The car salesman we dealt with yesterday did actually bring that up, and he's probably not much older than me.
Oh,
All right.
He's probably in his late 50s. He's a
Liam,
haggard late 50s.
Liam, do you know
You just
do you know who Miss Mary Mack is?
Miss Mary Mac. She
I got so excited.
wait. It's like Miss Mary Mac.
All dressed
All
in
dressed
black. Oh, how does it go?
With
I'm
silver
we're-
buttons?
Down her back. Yeah. It's funny how it's like we're supposed to be
Right?
quizzing Liam, and none of us remember this either.
Right? No, but it's so fun when you hear it, you're like, oh my God,
Yeah,
I'm 12 again.
yeah,
All right.
that
Who
would
else
be
do we-
terrible.
Do we know anything about Miss Susie? Miss Susie had a steamboat.
Her steamboat had a bell.
Name.
Ding ding. Oh yeah. Then it goes away again.
Oh, this is so much fun because like I'm looking at the analytics for the podcast, and it's like most of the people listening female, and most of them are like 22 to 40. So this is all within their wheelhouse. Like everybody listening right now, they're like, I know that. I know that. All right, Liam, do you know Down Down Baby?
Like the song?
Yes. Another hand. Another patty cake.
Like the rap song?
No. Down Down Baby. Down by the roller coaster.
No.
I meant the Down Down Baby, like the song they play at like
Uh-huh.
school
Right.
events.
Oh
The DJ
101.1.
plays at
Right.
the school event.
Oh, that's so funny. All right, well, that's all I had for those. Those were some of the things that we used to play on because that's what we
What
did
about
on
playground games?
We'll get there, but I'm just saying that's all I had on the paper. Now we can go into the other stuff. All right, playground stuff. Where do you want to go?
Favorite game? Just go around the table and then we'll talk about it.
Okay. What was your favorite game on the playground in third grade?
This one was actually in second grade. So,
There you go.
okay.
That's quality audio.
All right.
Kickball.
Kickball.
Oh, and third grade. And fourth grade.
Did you have a favorite?
I remember when I was in, let's see here, probably like it was in fourth, fifth, and sixth. Outside of the lunchroom, there was a big wall out, and
Ball?
we would play. No, it was a game called Suicide, and you would throw the ball against the wall. Well, I don't know. Things were probably not as worrisome in life as
Right.
they are today.
Because now, trigger warning, I guess, because I have a game that we used to play that is not politically correct today, and I don't know how to say it other, like the new PC way.
Who cares? Just say it.
I don't want to get canceled.
Remember what Ming said?
Okay, so Suicide. How do you play Suicide?
So you throw the ball against the wall, and then when it bounced, you have to catch it. But if you miss it when you don't, if
That's
you don't
volleyball.
catch it,
Yep.
you got to run to the wall and touch the wall and come back.
That's
So-
volleyball.
well, okay.
Okay,
I play wall ball.
Now-
It's where you
We called it suicide.
So you throw the ball. You throw the ball there, right? And you can catch it off the bounce. But if you drop it, the ball, then you have to run to the wall, and then you have to stand there on the wall, and you have to try and catch one. So
you have to touch the wall before someone else throws the ball and the ball hits the
Yeah,
wall.
that was
right?
the way we played it. You just had to run to the wall and touch it
Right.
before because someone would try to hit you with
Right.
the ball.
Now, I go one step further.
Softball or a
No,
hard
it's a tennis ball. It was a tennis ball.
Oh, we went with the racquetball.
Yeah,
we
it
went with
was
the
a
blue.
tennis ball.
But we would go one step further where I missed the ball and I have to run to the wall. So if Liam catches the ball and throws it and hits the wall before I get to the wall, and you can't do this anymore, and that's kind of what's funny, is if Liam threw the ball before I got to the wall, I would have to stand up against the wall, and then Liam got a free shot to throw the ball at me.
Okay.
Okay. Mom, what's your favorite playground game?
Oh, we're just going to this.
It's a good game.
That's a good game.
Yeah.
Like,
Agreed.
we had a little danger in the, like,
Everybody had their own little version of it.
Yeah.
basically.
and obviously you can't get super close, but
Sure.
yeah, it's kind of interesting that because like back then, way more physical.
Correct.
Like, and it's
Correct.
just like Liam's like, yeah, you run to the wall. I'm like, no, you got to go one step further, and you could get pegged with a ball.
Yeah, and nobody would even say anything.
No, teacher's like, aha, Ben.
You got hit.
What was your favorite playground game?
I liked Red Rover. Did you play Red Rover, Liam?
Mm-hmm. Got banned at our school, though.
Why?
Kid broke their arm when they were running through the chain.
Oh.
That'll do it.
All right.
That was a fun game. I also remember, I think this was probably more in PE than like recess. I would get really excited when they brought that like rainbow.
The rainbow
thing,
parachute.
and you got to
go under it
Yeah.
with the shark, and they had to pull you out.
Yeah, that was a good time.
It got banned in our school because some kid drowned under the parachute.
He drowned?
Yeah, he drowned.
Was he in his water bottle?
He succumbed to the air got sucked out.
Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah, it's terrible.
He's lying.
I was like, oh my, I'm not looking it up. I'm like, what was the last episode? Where did he grow up? I mean, he gave us every other piece of information.
He was eating Pop Rocks at the time too.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Oh, are those are banned? Anyways, I didn't play a lot of sports.
What about sharks and minnows?
I just no.
Okay.
I kind of just sat and talked. I do have a funny story. I don't know if I ever told you this, Liam, about on the playground. Did I ever tell you about the story when I was in first grade?
We're going to tell it now.
Yeah. So your grandpa decided he was going to teach me how to spell a bad word that starts with an A.
Oh.
I can't tell you.
Is it a donkey?
Yeah, but with the hole.
Okay.
The whole thing.
With the whole.
The whole donkey.
Donkey hole. Donkey hole.
And boy, I was so proud that I knew how to spell that. And Liam can laugh because he knows his grandpa. The rest of the viewers don't, listeners.
Yeah.
But yeah, I got in trouble. They called my mom and I had to sit on the fence. That was our punishment in school, was in recess.
Yeah, you go sit over there.
You had to sit on the fence. You couldn't
You
play.
could sit on the chain link fence.
Well, not on top of it.
We had to sit
Lean against it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
next to it.
We had to stand up in front of in the whole lunchroom and look at everybody. Stand, totally did.
Oh.
In the lunchroom. If you
Did
got
they
in
not let
trouble.
you eat?
No. After you ate, if you got in trouble, because there was this time when I was, there was going to be this fight with 4-on-4 fight, and one of the guys.
Where do you live?
One of the guys. Well, we were in fourth grade. It was different. One of the guys.
it was
One of the guys
70s.
bailed out. One of the guys bailed because his mom was a lunch lady. So it was 3-on-4. And I actually, back then, I did pretty well for myself, but I got in trouble. And I had to stand up multiple times. I got in trouble a lot when I was a kid, now that I think about it. But we had to stand at the front of the lunchroom and look at everybody.
It's like public shaming.
Yeah, basically what it was. We had to stand there, no lie, and, let everybody know, hey, we performed poorly during lunch today.
Well, is it the Sixth Amendment?
What?
I don't think there's any amendments involved. I'm standing in front of the lunchroom, but
What they used to do with me was I would have to pick up everybody's trays.
okay.
So instead of standing there, I would be the guy who's in trouble and be like, "Can I have your tray, please? Because I'm in trouble." And then I had to clean up for the whole lunch.
Did you get in trouble a lot?
Oh, I think I did a lot.
He thinks he's a bad boy. If you heard him on the last episode, he's like,
I'm dangerous and bad.
I will have
You're
to say,
so
Liam
loud.
never really got in trouble very much.
A couple of
I
times.
got in trouble for cussing in the back tree.
And throwing a kid in the bathroom. And then he was dinking around in the bathroom with the boys climbing over the stalls. He's a bad kid too.
You didn't tell me that.
It was at the. It was at
Whimsy,
Discovery
the
Kids.
thing.
It was at Discovery Kids, remember?
Oh, I remember.
Yeah.
Oh, with the initial boy. Mm-hmm. You were always in trouble
Yes.
with him.
Real innocent stuff. Like,
Well, I see you two as it was a weekly thing, like a weekly occurrence.
I remember.
oh yeah, for sure.
I remember I got into a fight on the bus, and my mom is, she's great. She's always had my back.
Besides when you broke
And
your arm.
she was basically came to the school and basically was defending me and calling out the kid's dad like she's gonna fight. So yeah, it's pretty cool.
Yeah, I was more class clown, so all my stuff was stay after class.
I had a little bit of that too. I remember I told you that story about I would never do my homework. And this is in 7th grade. I'm not even a kid, a little kid anymore. And I had a gym so one semester you would do health, and it was a gym teacher that would teach it, or one marking period, whatever you want to call it. And I would never do my homework. And he basically told me that you better do your homework tomorrow or else. I don't know what else was, but I didn't do my homework. And he flipped out and he literally threw, I think I almost gave him a nervous breakdown from not doing my homework. And he took the chalk and he threw it at the clock. Got all like crazy. And I was
and it's crazy because like back then, even when I was in 6th grade, we had a teacher just lose it. Like he left for a day. We had a substitute for 2 days.
I was Mr. Laporte. Oh,
And he comes back.
Well, that's all right. Whatever.
So
I won't tell that story.
my teacher comes back, and I don't know what we did as a class, but we were just a mess. And he comes back and he's like, and you just lost it. And he's like throwing stuff and he's screaming at people. And it's like one of those things where you could push a desk, I guess, and it was just loud and intimidating, and you're just like, I guess. I mean, you couldn't do that now, but it was just like one of those things where it's like, teachers back in the day would yell.
Well,
He went off the air for a couple of days as a teacher.
what happened with my teacher is that he got into it with another guy because of the lines in a fire drill. So we were walking out, and he's like, "Come on, man!" And he started cussing in the school with us, like 3rd graders here. 3rd grade,
Yeah, 3rd grade.
Eventful year.
And then he told the principal, and he's like, "Come on, man!" And he's like, "These kids say bad words anyways." And he didn't come back.
Try to justify it.
And then he started like getting mad, cussing at his desk.
Then he got fired on the day of parent-teacher conferences. I remember that.
Oh, yeah.
And then he was like, "Sorry, guys, I'm a little distracted because I just got told I'm not coming back." And that was really awkward. And all the kids are like...
I mean, working with kids sucks.
Okay.
4th grade, I was a terror in 4th grade. I remember sharpening pens. The sharpener. Yeah, I did jumping across desks. Like the teacher would like leave for a second, and we were jumping across like from desk to desk,
right.
jumping.
Did you throw
That was in high school. Yeah, we pretty much. There's not a lot of things in life I still feel bad about, but that I did. Yeah, we tormented a teacher in high school. Threw eggs at him and stuff. Yeah, it's terrible.
That's extreme.
Yeah, it was terrible. I turned things around.
Did you put a pin in his chair?
No. There was a guy in 4th grade where I put a bunch of tacks on his seat, and he sat. They go to the bathroom and you put tacks. I don't know what the teacher was doing in that class, but he sat down on him and gets up and tacks were sticking out. Like doing a Mick Foley on him,
I remember.
Names.
You didn't even say your favorite playground.
I'm getting there right now.
Yeah, because we cut him off. We stopped at me.
We were real big on the we always had the football, so not enough time to play like a full game. So JJ mentioned we played 500, right? So we do that, but then we also used to play the game, and I don't know why, but it was smear the queer. Where all of a sudden, if you have the ball, you get everybody has to tackle you.
I get it with
so, and then it was one of those things where you get the ball and you're running from everybody because everybody's trying to tackle you. Why we're allowed to tackle each other?
We got that's why our football got banned.
Yeah, and it was crazy. And then
because our football games got crazy heated, and everyone was like, there was almost a fight that happened because of it, because they're like, that was a touchdown, that was out of bounds, and stuff like that.
Yeah, but we were real physical, where there was no rules. It was just anarchy, and you had the ball, you run around, and then it looks almost like rugby.
Yeah, we called it "kill the man with the ball."
I mean, okay, I guess that would have been a slightly better one than mine.
But I was gonna say, where did that come from? I wonder how that name came about.
I mean, it was the 80s, so I would assume that it was pretty self-evident.
I remember famously playing that after drinking. Me and we were like adults now.
Is this a sports grade too?
This is a 90s story, but we were drinking Everclear.
There you go.
And sometimes, harder liquor gives you a different buzz than alcohol. And we were playing Kill the Man with the Ball in my friend's front yard in the middle of the night. And I remember at one point laughing because one of the dudes had a bloody nose. Meanwhile, my nose it was pretty fun.
It was
a good night.
A boy in the 80s and 90s was just real physical, real handsy.
Time. It was a different
It was weird.
Time.
Yeah. It was it was, for whatever reason, we always had to be touching and tackling each other. I don't know, whatever.
It was a different time too, because
that's why I love wrestling.
You would just fight somebody. Now I think sometimes you just see in the news where it's more than like somebody ends up dead. Like you
Right.
would just like back then it was like you would get into a fight with somebody.
And then you'd be cool right
yes,
afterwards.
right after that you were the
Yes.
best friends ever.
That's
Like, I
wrestling-
remember
wrestling
I'll
for me.
give you one more story and then I know we're off topic.
No, they're
But this is an example of that. So we're at this club and I was standing with my buddy and somebody's hitting me in the back of the head and I'm like, in the world, and I'm like, if that happens again, I'm going to be mad. And I knew it was this one dude that was doing it. I'm pretty sure. And so it happens again. And then the third time it happens, he's standing on a bar stool and, people are dancing and
Right.
stuff. And I realized he's doing it on purpose. So I just took my hand and I grabbed the bar stool and I just ripped it out from under him. So he went down and it's a pile of, whatever. The following week, I'm going to see him at our local bar. And I was not known for my fighting. I was, more of a jester, I guess, at that stage in my life. And I'm like, I'm going to be fighting this dude. And this is going to suck. And he sees me. And as soon as he sees me, he's like, oh, man, hey, man, no hard feelings. And like, we were like buddies after that. So it's a different world.
It's
now.
interesting because that you say that because most schools now have this zero tolerance
Yeah.
policy, right? So you can't even be involved in a fight. Even if somebody attacks you,
Mhm.
you're still getting suspended. And I think gone are the days like you hear like at his school or, there's so much bullying. And I
Mhm.
think it's because if you bully the wrong person enough and they turn around and deck you in the face,
Right.
Yeah,
that
heck
bullying
yeah.
stops.
Correct.
And it's like there
And that's-
isn't a lot of that anymore. Or like you said,
That was kind of what happened when I got suspended.
yeah.
Well, and I see from both sides where like I would like Liam to be able to resolve his own issues, but at the same time, I don't want him and other kids getting in fights and getting hurt.
Yeah,
So
you
it's
don't
like-
want to see kids get
so-
hurt. Exactly.
So it's weird because it's like we want a zero tolerance policy,
Mhm.
but at the same time, we're not creating a opportunity for them to learn how to conflict resolve.
Sure.
So
It almost enables
it's
the
like-
bullying because you're kind of like, well, they're not going to hit me.
Well,
They can't hit me.
I was
Can't
such
be
an
so
asshole.
black and white.
Yeah.
Yeah, because like I wasn't a bully, but I was a class clown. But I was always big on making fun of people.
Yeah, sure.
So when I make fun of somebody, he punches me in the face or pushes me down and kicks me, and it's like noted.
Yeah.
Run faster.
You're not on my list anymore.
Right. So yeah, that was always fun. Liam, did you have any games in classroom that you guys used to play? Like teachers like, we're not going to have a movie, but we're going to play a game. What were some of the fun games?
Oh, I know this one.
Thumbs up, 7-Up.
Oh, darn it. You took it.
What? Oh, was that
you guys still play? You still play that?
Yeah.
That's a timeless game.
Yeah, sure is. But would you like cheat? Like you look?
And look at their
Oh, yeah,
shoes.
yeah, of course.
Heck
All the time. Or what I do is I keep my glasses here because I don't know I had glasses on. Go like this.
Oh.
All right, I got two more.
We played Huckle Buckle Beanstalk.
Ooh, what is that?
Huckle Buckle Beanstalk was the teacher would hide something in the room, and one person had to find it. And like I've done with them, where I'm like, oh, you're getting warmer, and that was
Yeah,
just
yeah,
the teacher named it that.
Right.
But that was fun.
Yeah.
I thought that, and it's good, clean fun.
Yeah, yeah.
Good, clean fun.
Liam, favorite assemblies. Do you guys still have assemblies?
He just had one last week.
I wasn't in it though because I had my equipment.
But do you guys have assemblies now where they bring in some rando act to kind of just like for one of my examples was yo-yos. They had like 2 yo-yo champions come in, and I have no idea why, but they got all the kids in the cafeteria or the auditorium, and they're like, "Here's a yo-yo," and they would do all these yo-yos, and then all of a sudden I was like, "Mom, I need $100 yo-yo."
So,
And
what's
the
it
string
called?
always
I
does.
was included in a assembly during my wrestling season because my coach wanted me to represent the team. So what we had to do is we had to put a football helmet on, a basketball jersey, and it had to be like a relay race. And we had to sit in this chair, right? It's one of the rolly chairs, and you'd have to like backpedal, and you had to roll to the other side. And then you'd have to take it off, and then the person on that side would have to take sorry, my
You're all over the place.
sorry.
Your volumes are all over the place.
So then we'd have to like
It's like having the meth head
Yeah.
recording.
Oh, wow. Wow. Holy cow.
Okay.
A little harsh. Wow. Okay.
90s represent.
So-
Did you ever have any like weird people come into an assembly similar to my yo-yo people?
No.
Yeah, they
No.
taught you how to walk the dog.
Yeah.
Oh, the
Yo-yos?
beatbox guy.
Okay. So we had a
Boots-
dance guy come
boots
in and
and
do all
cats.
like the weird break dancing and stuff.
They
I
taught
had
us
no idea what the assembly was
Hey.
about.
They taught us boots and cats because you had to do it. It was like,
Oh, they taught you how to beatbox?
yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
Boots and cats, huh? I did not know that.
Braden had an assembly last week, I think, or the week before. It was more for like fundraiser.
I went to Liam's school one time for career day for an undisclosed career that I did. I won't disclose what I did, but I did come for career day.
Supermodel.
Yeah. Yes, I showed him how to do the catwalk.
Oh,
You got to do that twist at the end.
right. And then that,
Kick your
that-
hip up.
that-
Kick your
that
hip
look
in
over the shoulder?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep. The look over the shoulder gets him every time. It's all about the legs, though. It's all about your legs.
What's your last game?
Did you ever, you will never play this game. You ever play Bloody Knuckles, David?
Oh, yeah.
No, I never did. I never did.
And you'd have to.
No, I never did.
Yes, I
I
played
never
that.
did.
Do you?
Never did. Played Russian roulette though, but
I think I played with you
No, I didn't.
once and I was like, I don't go easy on you. But yeah,
what
like-
we do is we hold it one hand, right, and then we slap until we give up.
No. It was, you put your fists together.
No.
And then I would have to like try and like hit your hand. But because there was two hands and you would like half flinch.
yeah, you never know which one.
Did you ever play
I
sticks?
never did that.
No, that was always
Never
like-
did that.
when mom's around, you always play with the hands, like your sister puts your hands on top of your hands, and then
Yeah.
you have to go around the top and slap your hands.
I
ever play
remember
sticks?
playing Slapjack. It was a game with cards when you
Yeah.
put down and you have to. And the funny thing is, my sister had broke her arm, and she was just abusing me when we were playing because she had a cast on.
Right.
And the funny thing is, not long after that, and our doctor did question my mom about this. I broke my arm, and then I returned the favor. Yeah, and our doctor, and I still know his name. It was like in first grade, but I still remember his name. I won't disclose that either. It was 3 letters. There was an A and a G in it. Not in that order. Doctor, yeah.
Do you have any cool games, Liam, that you guys?
Sticks.
Which is what?
2 fingers,
2 fingers?
then you put 2.
That's
And then-
lame.
That's the gentle version.
Yeah.
What about with wrestling? Because I feel like you guys are probably like rough.
Do you guys have, like-
when you're
Partner dodgeball.
Excuse me?
So we got.
What's the name of it again?
Partner
Dodge.
dodgeball. Partner dodgeball.
Partner dodgeball.
So we got banned because we played with
You're all over the place on your
We played-
volume, man.
because we played with basketballs. No, I'm just kidding. Volleyballs where you like I'm just gonna get you. The whole point is throwing volleyballs at each other's face.
Okay. I like it.
And then there's another game where you have to slap back and you're just getting trolled now.
Man, I know. He does this all the time to me. Okay, trolling, real quick. We're going to end on this. Does Liam do anything to troll you? He in the car, when I'm driving,
It's probably the same thing based on what you're starting the story off
he
with.
likes to just rub and pet your arms.
All of the above.
And then he touches my muscles. He's like, and then Sophie, she likes to play with my beard. And then the other day, Sophie to Kelly licks her arm.
Uh-huh.
So running around and I got one licking me and I got one just weirdly caressing my arms.
Yeah.
And he just stares at me and he's just like, it's so soft.
Yeah. Anything just constantly touching.
Yeah, and the way to the Metallica concert, that's the whole ride. And I'm like, man, we are supposed to be having fun right now. And
And
you're
this
going to
is-
get us into an accident.
And it's weird and creepy.
Well, he thinks it's hilarious.
Oh, he does. Well, because we mentioned a couple episodes back where with my mom hit me with the fly swatter. I would do the same. I would do the same shit where she would be, and I'd be just poking on the side or just under her arm and just running around, hee, and she's swatting at me.
I've never tried that. I think I'm going to definitely buy a fly swatter. We could get the electric one.
Now we're talking.
Yeah, but it's so funny because I'm like, his name's oh, that's weird. That mom's. I'm like, no, it's not because he does it, and I'm pushing him off me all the time because I'm like, he just keeps doing it. I'm like, now it feels weird. and you just like, and then he touches my face and he's like, you're pretty. And I'm like,
And then he follows it up when you tell him to stop. You don't love me.
yes. Ah, one of those.
Anything is you don't love me.
Well, that's all I got. Lane, do you have anything else you want to bring up before we go?
Oh, Whimsy.